Hello jobbergs! Welcome once again to my channel. This is Sir Job and welcome to Sir Job TV. Para sa lahat po ng mga new explorers at newly discovered pa lang po sa aking channel, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell for you to be updated with my future videos. So finally, we're done discussing the topics in MELC number 7. So for today's video, I am so very excited to open up the topic in MELC number 8 in line with our video lesson in understanding culture, society, and politics. But before I have to mention to you the topic for this morning under MELC number 8, allow me first to read the description of MELC number 8 that says, examine the functions and importance of education in society. So our topic for this morning is all about trifocalization approach in education. Welcome to my video number 74. So good morning once again, Golden Jobbergs. Today is January 28, 2021 and today is Thursday. So welcome once again here sa ating daily vlog in line with my 365 circle project here sa aking YouTube channel. So again, sa lahat po ng mga patuloy na sumusuporta at nanunood sa aking mga videos, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. I am praying to the Lord that I could be able to surmount this particular project sa aking YouTube channel, talaga na mabigyan kayo ng video every day. Kahit mahirap na po, kakayanin po natin para sa channel na ito. So, our topic once again for this morning is all about the trifocalization approach in education. This is only an overview or an introduction for our topic, the functions of education in the society or the role of education in the society in the first place. Yan ang dapat niyong abangan para sa ating discussion for tomorrow. So for today's video, bigyan ko lang po kayo ng overview. Ano ang mga parts ng or ano ang sistemang ina-apply, especially here in our country when we are talking of education. Accordingly, education is the social institution, highlight natin social institution, that formally socializes members of the society. As I said to you sa aking mga previous videos, dito po nagkakaroon ng integration ang diverse kinds or diverse society po natin existing. Okay? Dito po sila nagkikita-kita, dito po ang integration nangyayari mismo sa school na hindi nagaganap sa ating new normal situation ngayon. But actually, as far as the definition is concerned, socializes or education socializes members of the society. Okay? It also refers to the process through which skills, knowledge, and values are transmitted from the teachers to learners. Again, highlight natin yung tatlong elements, skills, knowledge, and values na matatransmit po from the teacher to the students. Ganun po talaga ang procedure. Kaya po sa lesson plan ng mga teachers here sa basic education, kailangan po talaga ng integration ng 3 domains of learning. Ano-ano ang mga 3 domains of learning? We have the cognitive, the affective, and of course, the psychomotor. Dapat po is na-mix po siya properly sa ating lesson plan in order for us to expect a holistic learners after all, or the learning outcome should be deal with that kind of holistic process. Okay? So yun po, meron po dapat integration ng 3 domains of learning. So under the so-called trifocalization, kasi ang title natin para mas maintindihan natin what is trifocalization in the first place. So mga hindi pa po nakakaintindi or first time pa pong naka-encounter ng trifocalization, ito po ang explanation niya. Under the so-called trifocalization approach, the Department of Education or DepEd, the Commission on Higher Education or CHED, and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority or what we so-called TESDA comprise the government's education bureaucracy. So meaning to say, when we are talking of the basic education, that is under the Department of Education. Pag we are talking with the tertiary education, yung mga college students natin, they are under with the supervision of the Commission on Higher Education or also known as CHED. And yun naman po mga vocational courses, hawak po sila ng TESDA or what we so-call the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. Okay? So yan po ang ibig sabihin ng trifocalization approach in education here in the Philippines. So let's proceed now in the discussion of the formal education. When I speak of formal education, usually takes place in a classroom setting and provided by trained teaching and non-teaching staff. So ito po yung pinaka normal nating na-observe. Yung pumapasok ka, nag-enroll ka sa school, pumasok ka sa classroom, meron kang mga kaklase, you have a licensed teacher na nagtuturo sa iyo and other mga non-teaching staff inside the school na nagpa-process po sa iyong mga credentials. Yan po ang tinatawag nating formal education. Okay, meaning to say, from Monday to Friday, from 7:30 a.m. until 5 or 4:30, depende sa school kung ano ang setup ninyo. Pumapasok ka sa school, you have your 8 subjects a day, yan po ang tinatawag nating formal education. Okay, nag-get nyo po ang point. Meaning to say, pumapasok ka sa school, may mga classmates ka, you are 40 plus in a certain section, and then you have your teacher na nadi-discuss in a certain subject. That is a formal education. When we are talking of K-12, kasi papasok tayo dito ngayon sa system ng K-12, meron tayong, of course, dadaan tayo sa basic education wherein ang pinaka-first step is to conquer the elementary education. Ibig sabihin, is the first part of educational system and it includes the first 6 years of compulsory education from grade 1 to 6. Abangan nyo po tomorrow kasi i-discuss ko po how important or bakit compulsory ang elementary years na dapat talaga makapagtapos ang isang individual or ang isang Filipino citizen. From grade 1 to grade 6, yan po ang coverage ng elementary. Excluding pa po dyan ang kindergarten experience na kailangan din pong kunin ng isang estudyante. Okay? So right after nakapagtapos siya ng grade 6 sa elementary, papasok ngayon siya sa secondary education. So pag secondary education naman is continuing basic education from the elementary level to 4 years of junior high school. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, K-12 na tayo ngayon. So 4 years na po na mag-undergo ang isang estudyante ng junior high school years. Okay? Kasi dati pag tapos mo ng grade 6, 4 years na lang and then gagraduate ka na ng high school. But today, meron na tayong tinatawag na 4-year journey sa junior high school. Okay? Then right after sa junior high school, another 2 years, okay, for senior high school. So yan po ang composition. So all in all, if we are going to count the years as far as basic education is concerned, 13 years po in the making ang journey mo in order for you na makapunta ka ng kolehiyo. Sa system po ngayon under the K-12. Yan po ang kanyang setup. So what is Philippine education system in the very first place? By law, under the Republic Act 10533 or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, education is compulsory for 13 years. Klaro po, for 13 years. As I said to you, kindergarten, hanggang makapagtapos ka ng grade 12. Saklaw po yan ng basic education. Kindergarten and grades 1 to 12. Yun ang sinabi ko kanina. And is grouped into 3 levels. Elementary school, kindergarten to grade 6. Yun ang coverage. Junior high school, grade 7 to 10. Yun ang coverage. And senior high school, grades 11 and 12. Yan ang kanyang coverage. So a total of 13 years in the making ang iyong basic education. So, pero napaka-questionable pa rin, no? Kasi pag dumarating sa college, etong 13 years na ito in the making for your basic education, sana pagdating mo sa college, wala nang hindi marunong bumasa, wala nang hindi marunong sumulat, yung mga basic grammar, sana natapos na ito sa basic education. But pinakamalaking question mark pa rin kasi pag dumating sa college ang isang estudyante, hindi pa rin talaga natin nakikita ang level of changes na parang the level of difficulty should also be observed pagdating sa kolehiyo. Kaya lang sa ating journey dito sa Philippines, I don't know what's wrong with the system na meron na tayong ganitong years of experience or ganito kahabang panahon para mag-aral, okay, hindi pa rin natin na-i-improve, no, ang capacity of every learners. I don't know where is the problem. It's either sa system, sa ating mga learners, sa parents, I don't know who should be blamed for this particular situation. Pero nakikita natin na o-observe natin in reality ang mga estudyante 13 years in basic education pagdating sa kolehiyo, ganun pa rin. Okay, there's still a problem in terms of the cognitive development of every Filipino students. Reality speaks to this. So let's continue. Right after the secondary education, meron tayong tinatawag na tertiary education is offered by private and public colleges and universities. Most higher education institutions offer 4-year degree programs with 2 semesters per year. So, ito yung pinaka-common. May mga private and public colleges po. Pag mayaman ka, okay, go on with the private institutions. Pag medyo mahirap ang situation ng family mo, pero matalino ka naman, go on with the public institutions. Especially nowadays, na meron na tayong free education. So, there's no reason for you na hindi ka makapagtapos sa kolehiyo. It's your decision kung hindi ka man nakapagtapos ng kolehiyo. Grabe na po talaga ang favor na binibigay sa lahat ng mga estudyante para lang makapagtapos ng certain degree in college. So right after, kung hindi ka pinalad na makapasok sa formal na education na ito, well, meron pa ring opportunity na ma-develop ang skill mo because we have vocational education. As I said to you, meron tayong vocational education. Accredited institutions offer technical and vocational education. Programs offered vary in duration from a weeks to 2 years. So ito ay skills development. Kaya nga in senior high school, meron din tayong mga national certificate na nakukuha sa ating mga senior high school students because might be hindi na sila makapag-proceed ng college and then they want to work abroad, pwede na. For as long as meron na silang skills na na-develop or pumasa na po sila sa isang assessment here in the Philippines. So commonly na kinukuha or needed, not just only in the country but of course in other country as well, ang mga courses in vocational like cooking, marketing, communications and design, health and social care services, education and training, data and programming. Ito po yung mga usual na hinahanap ng ibang bansa because usually ang kailangan po ng other countries is mga skilled workers po. Hindi po mga professionals kasi of course like for example talking about Canada, marami po ang professionals na mga Canadian citizens alone. So, ang hinahanap po talaga nila from other countries is mga skilled workers. So, let's not discriminate mga vocational courses na ma-develop din po dito sa ating bansa because other countries are needing us. Okay? Kung hindi man tayo papalarin na magtrabaho sa Pilipinas, then you have to work abroad and find your journey outside Philippines because a lot of people or a lot of employers are looking for skilled workers outside Philippines. Okay, aside from vocational courses or vocational education, we also have the special education or SPED. Refers to the education of persons who are physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, or culturally different from the so-called normal. Okay? Individuals such that they require modification of school practices to develop their potential. Mga challenges po ito sa physical, mental, emotional. So meron po tayong special education na magki-cater po sa mga taong ito. So what is a SPED Center for example? SPED Center is a Philippine innovation in the delivery of educational services to children with special needs. Okay, klaro po, children with special needs. This is a school within a school since it is established in a regular school, administered by a principal and operated according to the rules and regulations that govern a regular school. It provides a range of educational services, namely resource room teaching, itinerant teaching, special and cooperative classes that promote mainstreaming or integration of children with special needs into regular classes. So it doesn't mean na pumasok siya sa special education, wala na siyang opportunity na papasok sa normal education. So that is why nakastate dito sa role ng SPED center because they are following what is really the normal, no? Kung ano yung mga regulations ng isang normal school, yun po ang ina-apply when we are speaking of a certain SPED center. Kasi ang training po ng mga physically challenged, mentally, emotionally, socially, culturally challenged na mga estudyante, ang goal po ng SPED Center is to let them na ma-integrate later on. Meaning to say, this is an avenue for them to gradually adapt the normal setup of education. Okay? So kaya po ginawa ang SPED Center. So how many SPED schools are in the Philippines? Okay, ilan nga ba ang mga SPED schools in the Philippines? At present, there are already 133 SPED centers throughout the country. One model of inclusive education in the Philippines is the mainstreaming program. So, umabot na po ng 133 po ang ating mga SPED centers all over the country. So, dito po sa Butuan City, meron po tayong pinaka-famous na Butuan City SPED Center. I know that you are familiar with that. Sa lahat ng mga nakatira sa Butuan City, meron po tayong Butuan City SPED Center. So aside from special education, we also have non-formal education. Pag sinabi kong non-formal education is an organized educational activity that takes place outside a formal setup. Okay? It has no age limit. Highlight natin yun ha. It has no age limit. Even adults can take part in a non-formal education program. So ano ang pinaka-famous dito? Pag sinabi kong non-formal education program, one example for this is the Alternative Learning System or also known as ALS of the Department of Education. So under pa po sa Department of Education ang Alternative Learning System. So wala po siyang age limit. Sa gusto po makapagtapos ng high school, pumasok po kayo sa Alternative Learning System. So humahanga po ako sa lahat ng mga alternative learning system ng mga teachers because or sa mga ALS teachers kasi ginagawa po talaga nila ang kanilang pinaka-the best na makater po ang educational or quality education sa lahat ng ating mga kababayan because usually pag sinabi nating ALS, nandun po talaga ito naka-stay sa mga far-flung areas or wala po silang formal talaga na school. Kahit saan lang po sila nagsisession in order to give the questionnaires, to conduct examinations. So pinupuntahan po talaga nila ang mga far-flung communities in order for them na makapagtapos ng basic education. So yun po ang sinasabi nating non-formal education. So aside from non-formal education, we also have what we so-called informal education. Pag sinabi ko namang informal education is a lifelong process of learning by which every person acquires and accumulates knowledge, skills, attitude from daily experiences at home, at work, at play, and from life itself. So again, pag sinabi kong informal education, this is the value or the concept na natututunan mo as you go along with the interaction. Okay, yung mga friends mo, yung family mo, yung mga peer groups mo, lahat ng mga taong na-encounter mo, each contribution nila sa yung learning or development or intellectual development or whatever it is, sa yung skills or sa lahat ng aspect ng buhay mo na itinuro ng mga taong nakasalamuha mo, that is informal education. Okay? So, walang questionnaire, walang classroom, wala lahat. Based on interaction and socialization lang talaga, that is informal education. So, balikan natin para ma-differentiate ang tatlong setup. Di ba, pag sinabi kong formal education, merong classroom, may teacher, okay, merong mga kaklase sa isang setup. Okay? Ganon ang formal education. Pag sinabi ko namang non-formal education, under ito sa ALS, meaning to say, binibigyan pa rin kayo ng assessment, binibigyan pa rin kayo ng questionnaire, the same as the normal education. However, wala kayong the same setup with the formal education. Kasi nga, kahit saan lang kayo nagkakandak ng klase or pinupuntahan talaga kayo ng mga teachers in order for you to pass your basic education. So yun po ang kaibahan nila. Yung mga kaklase mo, maliit lang or hindi talaga permanent kayo nagkikita kasi usually may trabaho, may mga pamilya. So, ang importante dito is nabibigyan pa rin kayo ng mga proper assessment ng mga ALS teacher na ito. So, yun po ang non-formal education. Pero pag sinabi ko namang informal education, ibig sabihin, natutunan mo or mga bagay na natutunan mo through interaction. So, yun po ang kaibahan ng tatlong setup ng education na yan. So that will be all for this morning. I hope you learned something from this video and I hope that you will share this video to your friends and to anybody else that you think nangangailangan ng video na ito. Asahan niyo po that Sir Job TV will continue to discuss more meaningful discussions, especially in the field of social sciences. Thank you once again for watching. Bye-bye!